following individual has distinguished himself by graduating with the highest grade point average in his class for the entire chiropractic curriculum. The valedictorian for the spring quarter 2011 is Homer Hirsch. Thank you all for coming. Try not to mess up. Welcome, Dr. Kelly, Dr. Plum, faculty, staff, dear guests, of course, my fellow graduates. There have been a lot of circle closings in the last few weeks for me. One of them happens today. Our speaker today, later on, was actually the first speaker I heard when I came to Life West at our Friday seminars. And I can actually still remember a whole lot of what he said. So for me, it's just another thing that says this was the right thing at the right time, at the right place, with the right people. I'm really honored to stand before you today to represent a group of unique individuals, the June class of 2011. I hope that these few minutes I will speak here will do them justice. We've all come a long way and had many experiences since beginning our journey of chiropractic college. Some of us lost family members, some of us got married, had children, some of us worked our way through school, some of us started our own businesses, some of us were politically active, others went to a different seminar almost every weekend. We all worked hard. We all got through the trenches and made it through alive. And starting today, we are chiropractors, entitled, not only in spirit and heart. I'd like to start my remarks by giving thanks. Thanks to our faculty, who have done their very best to give us all the tools we need to continue our journey as chiropractors. Thanks to the staff, who've done all the little things we don't know about to keep our school up and running. Finances, student services, buildings and grounds, library, dean's office, health center, bookstore. Thank you all. I'd like to thank the students, those who have come before us and have helped us overcome some of the more challenging classes, those who are staying behind us and keeping Life West spirit alive and growing, those who have gone through the journey with us and for whatever reason are not walking the stage today, and of course my classmates for taking this journey with me, for accepting me in your class and for making me feel this journey and not just take it. I'm sure that all of the graduates feel that on this day there are a few very special people who really deserve their gratitude and thanks. For some of us it is our parents, for others our children, our spouses, our friends, our neighbors, our classmates, our roommates, our siblings, or a mentor. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the people whom I have to thank for standing here today. First I'd like to thank my parents who are not here but they're home in Israel. But they have taken upon themselves to be my personal federal bank. And they supported me and my family throughout this adventure and really made it possible. Second, I'd like to thank all the people in the school who have had part in my success. The teachers, the health center faculty, especially Dr. David Donaldson, my advisor, the staff, and again, of course, my classmates. I'd like to thank our friends and my family who have been here for me, kept us sane when we needed to be kept sane, and gave us a hand when we didn't have a hand to spare. But most of all, and most importantly, I want to thank my wife. Most of you don't know this, but we came to the United States 4.5 weeks before I started my first quarter. Our son was born 3.5 weeks later. For those of you who have a hard time with math, it's 1 week before I started school. So if you have ever been 35.5 weeks pregnant and had your husband drag you across the world on a 27-hour trip, then you probably know how she felt. But she came. But this was just the tip of the iceberg. She has raised our son. She has given birth to our second son. And she has been taking care of both of them and me. So that's 3.5 kids if you think me is, While I was out having fun in chiropractic school and seminars. That means I love you. I'd like to thank you all, and I'd like to ask all of our guests here to please consider the person you are here to honor, and know that were they here standing in my stead, the last minute and a half or so would have been directed to you. And know that, like me, they appreciate all of you and all you have done for them, probably more than even they realize. As I'm here representing an amazing group of people, I wanted to be their voice, and I'd like to share just a tidbit of what they had to say. Enjoy the ride, and every so often look up and around you, and inside of you, and be amazed. Love that things change all the time, and love whatever change comes your way. It is no accident that we've all gathered here in this place at this time. We have all affected each other in many different ways, helping to make us who we are today. It's been my impression, listening to many of the speeches during my time at Life West, that quotes are kind of a must, so I did have a few ready. An old wise Jedi Master told his student, "Do or do not, there is no try." In response to a question from that student, "What's in there?" he replied, "Only what you take with you." Another Jedi Master urged the student, "Use your feelings." And that old wise one warned him that anger, fear, aggression, the dark side are there. A young Englishman once sang that all you need is love. And if you can figure out which movie this is from, you get $5, and I'm serious. Yes, you can. And this is not from Obama's speech. This is actually. If you know what it is, find me after. Kipling wrote, "If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same." In kind of a translation, Omer wrote, "Always be the voice of reason and truth, of health and prosperity, and be true to your words and ideals. Remember that we are not the healer, but the tool of healing, and so be not too proud of your success, and not too devastated by your failures." Robert Frost wrote of the road not taken, "All of us here have taken the one less traveled by, and it has made all the difference." One last story. One evening, an old Cherokee told his grandson about a debate that goes on inside people. He said, "My son, the battle is between two wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, envy, jealousy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith." The grandson thought about it for a minute and then asked his grandfather, "Which wolf wins?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed." As you think about this story, I will recite one last quote, and this is from my wife and mine wedding song. Now that we're graduating and going out there as chiropractors, please consider this. How wonderful life is now we're in the world. It's been my privilege and my honor to take this journey with you. Take some time off and relax. Then go out there and together let's make the world a better place. It needs us. Knock 'em alive. Thank you very much.
I should have think about taking the video and I forgot.
It gives me pleasure to present, on behalf of Life Chiropractic College West, Hayward, California, to Omar Hirsch, as Honour Student of Life Chiropractic College West, the Certificate of Merit as Valedictorian of the graduating class, June 2011.
Joanna Fossil, San Francisco, California. Homer Hirsch, Kohat Yair, Israel.
The authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the State of California, I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Chiropractic upon these 40 worthy candidates. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Graduates to stand and to repeat the chiropractic oath for their first time. I'd also like to invite chiropractors in the audience to stand and reaffirm their oath. In accordance with the law of nature, that law which God has prescribed to all humankind, and in consequence of my dedication to the restoration of the sick to health by the application of that law, I promise and swear to keep to the best of my ability and judgment the following oath. And I'll ask you to repeat after me. I, state your name, I, Brian Kelly, will observe and practice every acknowledged rule of professional conduct, in relation to my profession, my patient, my colleague, and myself. I will keep an open mind. Regarding the progress of my profession. Provided that this progression shall be confined within the boundaries of the chiropractic science, philosophy, and art. I will serve my patients to the best of my ability, violating neither confidence nor dignity, and in my association with patients, I shall not violate that which is moral and right. I shall regard and refer to my fellow chiropractor with honour. Giving credit where it is due. I shall improve my knowledge and skill. Firm in my resolution. To justify the responsibility which the degree Doctor of Chiropractic symbolises and imposes. To all this I pledge myself, knowing these ideals are prescribed by the dictates of reason alone. In a tradition and symbolic act that has stood the test of time, you may notice that the graduates' tassels are currently located on the right side of their hood. And I now invite the graduates to move their tassels from the right to the left.